Hi, it's Miles Red Songbird in New York, and I'm here connecting more dots. This is a picture of the Dara Baba Jamal Singh. This is a picture of Baba Jamal Singh. The Dara is akin to Hogwarts. This is a school of mysticism for advanced souls, and Hogwarts is make-believe school of wizardry for magicians. I started saying musicians, but magicians. This is Sawan Singh, who is now Michael John Spear. He was an army engineer who designed the Dara. Okay, this is now Jindara Ransinger, his granddaughter. And this is the founder of the Dara, Shiv Dayal Singh, now Saf Ransinger, who was also Mr. Rogers. Okay, I think, and this is my husband of 35 plus years, and this is my grandson, and this is my granddaughter now. All right, let me begin. And Billboard online says Michael Bublé. Oh, let me show you Michael Bublé. Just some pictures of Michael Bublé. There he is singing Stardust. And you have MB, Miles Red, Bird Song with Cinderella, Eve. And then you have MB, Michael Bublé, was Adam. Okay, and this is when Michael Bublé was Sam Cooke. That's when he was Jesse Belvin. And there's a picture of Michael Bublé looking up at Beethoven's drawing. Eve was Beethoven. Eve was Dr. Freud. And that's Socrates. She was Socrates. That's right. That's supposed to be a drawing of Adam and Eve. Eve was Little Bo Peep. Okay, I need to get started. Michael Bublé's Love Conquers All on UK album chart, on album chart for Billboard. This is November 23rd, 2018 article written by Paul Sexton. These are excerpts from the article. Michael Bublé has his fourth #1 album in the UK as Love, Reprise, Warner Music enters at the top. Michael Bublé's album finishes its first week with 66,000 combined units, 88% of them physical CDs. That's the Canadian singer's third highest opening week in the UK. He first topped the... Before I go down there, I'll just show you up here. That's Talk and Share. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Countdown with 2009's Crazy Love, following it with Christmas in 2011. And the song To Be Loved in 2013. Now this is a connect the dot. Jackie Wilson, Eve's brother Gurinder Singh, that's who Jackie Wilson was, Gurinder Singh. Gurinder Singh is Jesus Christ. Jackie Wilson whetted Eve's appetite to want to be loved with this song in the 1950s. She wanted to be loved by Jackie Wilson. She is loved by Jackie Wilson because he's Gurinder Singh, and Gurinder Singh and she have made acquaintances, and he loves her so much. He's inside her and with her at all times and impregnated her spiritually, along with the sun, the supreme being. She's carrying his and the sun's child, twins actually. Okay, now, it says here, 2009 Crazy Love, following it with, okay, so it says America's Love. This is regarding Crazy Love, the song. America's love for firstborn Barack Hussein was crazy love, as they knew nothing about him. They only knew who they presumed he was based on his words, which were lies. He misrepresented himself to the world. Based on the white people not knowing themselves, they presumed, based on the jealousy of them, that they had done bad things to have reaped so many good things, which is not logical, but they let the leftists convince them of this. They didn't know they had been good, the reason nature gave them abundance. But since they took the jealous people's words as truth, the white people and the good black people started feeling guilt, and nature had no choice but to give them punishment. It's a law of attraction, you attract what fits you. The bad people started feeling good, and nature gave them good things. And that's how it is that the world is upside down. The Rothschilds, who are evil, who start wars and make money from wars, are wealthy. Hillary Clinton is a killer and a liar, and she's wealthy. You see, so that's how it got whacked out. It got whacked. Okay, I have it here. Dr. Mike Murdoch explains, "My people shall be destroyed for lack of knowledge." That's in the Bible, in the book of Hosea. And that the people who had abundance lacked the knowledge of their past lives where they had earned this abundance. And that's how it is that the bad people have the money and the good people have the poverty in some instances. Okay, let's see. Eve felt bad because Adam treated her bad. She went through lifetimes feeling bad and attracting bad conditions to her life. Adam was jealous of Eve, and he beat her, and he raped her, and he burned her up, and he did everything he could to get revenge because she loved their son Cain, who is now Buzz Aldrin, Devin Gangadine. And this is where these people got it from. They copied they copied Adam. The jealous people copied jealous Adam, and the good people copied victim Eve. You see how that worked out. You should know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. That's why I'm hunting down the truth. Okay, this is how it started. There was an alarm. Eve heard screaming. Heard with ear. E-A-R. You see that? Heard with ear. You see E-A-R? Okay. Number 2, she sacrificed. Left my comfort zone. I'm Eve, so sometimes I talk in the first person. The comfort zone was the ocean of bliss. Okay, where all you do is feel bliss all the time. So I heard this screaming, and I left bliss, and I ran, R-N-A-R-N, like a nurse, to earth, took birth. Rut, it's the R-U-T. That's a tone in the inner ear. That's the reality, okay? And Tony, my son Tony, the firstborn, is a sinner. Is a sinner here. Tone in inner ear, Tony, sinner here. Okay, and because he's a carnivore, and he indulges in alcohol, so that makes him a sinner. He entered mild red her. He entered her. That's what I said, he's my son, so he entered my womb. Okay, over here we have Tony. Okay, that's done. Over here you have Stone Randolph, Saint One. Dr. Randolph Stone was the one inventor of polarity therapy. He was my father in a previous life. He lived at the Dara, okay, with an everyday Charan Singh, the mystic master head of the Dara at that time, would come to the meeting, and he would turn around and look up at the balcony at Dr. Stone and his daughter, Dr. Stone's daughter. I can't remember, Louise Helger, and he'd say, hello, so we knew Dr. Stone had something real, because the master wouldn't have given him that attention. Dr. Stone and his polarity therapy, with your finger, you can stop pain. So that's a huge blessing for the world, a way to stop physical pain. And this says Ran Rudolph. Wilma Rudolph ran in the 1960 Olympics in Rome and won 3 gold medals. She was black, and that was a big boom for Clarksville, Tennessee, where she came from and where I came from. Also, Rudolph ran. I led Santa's sleigh with my bulbous red nose. Now, my mother, who was Jamal Singh Ji. I knew she was a saint. I just didn't know the particular saint she was, because I didn't know any saints at the time. I just knew her sacrifices were saint-like. Only the best person in the world would do what she did. And that was to work like a slave in a low-paying job to show my sister and myself honor, because she couldn't get another job being colored during that time in the 50s. The Democrats ran the place, and they were very racist. And she could have been a mistress to Dr. Pennell, but she didn't want to give her children, her girls, the role model of a whore, a tramp, whatever you call a mistress. And so that's why I knew she was the same. Also, I knew she was the same because she didn't want me, yet she took care of me. And I said, so I worshiped my mother. She was so good, I worshiped her. My mother had a yellow, narrow nose like Scarecrow, the brains in The Wizard of Oz. I had the red bulbous nose. So my mother actually took my place, or I took her place. You see what I'm saying? That was me with the bulbous red nose that led Santa's sleigh, but I was Santa's wife, and my mother, Jandara Ranziger, was Rudolph. You see, we change places. That's what happens. In the different life, the same people get together because they're attached to each other, but they just change roles. I've said this in other videos. Okay, the Scarecrow Brains and the Wizard of Oz. My mother was brainy. She was valedictorian of her class. And she told me I went to a stupid school because they had removed Latin, they had removed phonics. And I took a standardized test in 2nd grade, and I started to believe I was stupid because I didn't know that those lines meant it was a carrot, because I had no Head Start. There was no Head Start to give it, and my mother didn't tutor me in school because she was so busy working. Nobody tutored me, when I was 3 and 4 years old, the way people do now, the way I did my children. My children all got into exclusive organizations that got them in private schools, so my children had private school education. They had good education. Harry Potter attended Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. And the Dara, there's a Dara, was a school of mysticism, where the few advanced souls, the ones with balanced karma. They didn't have an abundance of bad karma, they would have been in hell. and they didn't have an abundance of good karma, they would have been in heaven. Okay. So they were qualified to go back to bliss, nirvana, enlightenment, where you become all bliss. Okay. Hogwarts is a fictional British school of magic for students aged 11 to 18 and is a primary setting for the first 6 books in J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series. Books. Oh. Okay. Books. I don't know why it's getting dark. Why is it getting dark? Books. There it is. It's light again. Books. Boo Kiss. Books. That's where it began. Or Bo, Baba G, ordered, okay, school, or kiss. Okay, I hadn't seen that before, so I didn't work it out. Jesus, killer. Where's J.K.? Oh, J.K. Rowling, Jesus killer. She's not the Jesus killer. That's just a message in these letters. Okay, and then her, he. Her, he is Einstein. R for her, he. Einstein, Evangeline. Mary, Jesus' wife, is hurt. O.W. is hurt. Her hurt. Mary's hurt. I say. Okay, because the Jews and Pontius Pilate killed her husband. Now, this we can decode Rowling down here. Owl, I-N, Govinda Singh, G. The owl is the I-N, Govinda Singh. I told you who Govinda Singh is, right? Govinda Singh, that's Govinda Singh. He's Jesus Christ, Santa Claus, Eve's brother, the Buddha, okay, the son of the sun in the sky. He's amazing. He's so good. That's why I love him so much. Okay, and go over here. I did that. The owl, Govinda Singh, Jesus Christ, could see meaning, wisdom, and then wisdom, wise dome, and then decode wise dome. That means a head that's wise, good brains. Woman, that's a woman, breast, that's hanging breasts. I suck energy. Okay, that's the infant talking, right? The woman's breast, I suck energy from. And then energy, decode energy. Energy enters in Eve, her girl. Now, Eve's a girl, and energy enters into her breast, her woman's breast. Okay, over here, the dome. We can decode dome. Divine order, mirror, energy. Okay, that's what the brain's supposed to do. There's a divine order that says mirror energy. Now, boys, Adam mirrors Eve. Adam mirrors Eve. And Eve mirrors Adam. Okay, the boy reflects his mother, and then later his wife. He usually marries somebody like his mother, or else he refuses to reflect his mother, and he becomes a homosexual. Is that it? That's all I have, right? Okay, what's it over here? Because Robin, who was Queen Victoria, that's Robin Birdsong, was Queen Victoria. She was also Galileo. Is not in the castle Hogwarts. Harry Potter, Daniel. Is his name? What is this? Is his name? His name is not Webster. Daniel. What is his name? Anyway, comes up to her in the street for a chat one day. That happens. Yeah, he's a Leo too. Radcliffe. I think his name is Daniel Radcliffe. Okay, so the Daniel in the Lion's Den was my father, Reverend Dr. Wilbur Daniels. Daniel, my real blood father in this life. It's a small world. It's all connected. Okay, and Robin, Queen Victoria, was married to Albert, Prince Consort, who was Indiana Jones, who is now Earl Percy, who the real physical, actual owner of Hogwarts Castle. You see what I'm saying about we're all connected? Now, Robin is supposed to become the first black Queen of England, you know. And she's, okay, so that's all I'm going to say. Okay, this is Mild Red Songbird in New York. Mild Red bird song on this YouTube channel. And I'm saying so long until next time. I hope you see that there's a reason for everything. There's a beginning to things. As I uncover these truths and these words, you know, that's what I want you to know, so you can feel relaxed about what's existing. Okay, so long.